Hello, guys. Welcome to B Academics. My name is Miss B, and today we are going to talk about has, have, and had, and also the bins. So, had been, has been, and have been. When are we going to use it? Why are we using it? And whatnot. So, stick for at least another 10 more minutes and we can discuss this further. Again, if you haven't done it yet, please like or subscribe to our channel, comment, share, let us know what lesson you want us to talk about. And we are more than happy to dive in and help you out. Okay? So, let's start. So, had is used when expressing a past tense. It can be used for both singular and plural. Again, had is used for past tense for something that already happened in the past. And this can be used for both singular or plural. So, for example, she had an examination yesterday. When yesterday already happened in the past, they had dinner last night. Or I had a cup of coffee earlier. Now, let's talk about has and have. Both has and have are used in present, but we use has for singular while have for plural. Again, has is for singular and have is for plural. Remember that if we're talking about past tense, it's had, regardless if it's plural or singular. But this time, has, singular, have, plural. Take note of that because you need that later on. So for pronouns I and you, as we discussed in our previous lesson, subject verb agreement, if you haven't seen it yet, please check our videos. It's an 18-minute video on different rules and agreements for subject verb. I hope you watch that. If you have questions, let us know. So continuing for pronouns I and you, they always take plural verbs. So therefore, we will use have and not has. For example, she has a nice dress. I have a cup of coffee. They have an exam. But when do we use had been, has been, and have been? If we already know that had is the past tense, has is singular present, and have is a plural present, when do we use the been when we add to any of this? So we call this perfect progressive verb tenses. These are the combination of perfect and progressive tenses. They express an action that started in the past, still ongoing, and expected to continue in the future. Again, started in the past, still ongoing, and expected to continue in the future. There are three types of this type of tenses. One is past perfect progressive, present perfect progressive, and future perfect progressive. So when we talk about the past perfect progressive verb tense, that's a lot of word. This is used to describe an action that started in the past, continued for a period of time, and ended before another past action. So understand the three events. Started in the past, continued for a period of time, specific period of time, and ended before another past action. It is formed by using the auxiliary verb had plus been and the present participle of the main verb. When we say present participle, that means the simple verb plus ing. The simple verb plus ing. Take note that you will use had whether your noun is singular or plural if we're talking about past perfect progressive tense verb. For example, I had been studying for 3 hours before I took a break. I had been studying, simple past, for 3 hours, specific period of time, before I took a break, another time that's already ended. Next example, she had been studying for 3 hours before she took a break. She had been studying for 3 hours before she took a break. And last is Lena had been walking 3 miles before she broke her leg. Lena had been walking 3 miles a day before she broke a leg. Remember, either it's I or she or an actual noun subject, we use had. All right? Because it is a past tense. If you got that right, let's move on. So the second form is the present perfect progressive verb tense. This is used to describe an action that started in the past, still ongoing, and take note, may continue into the future. Started in the past, still ongoing, and may continue in the future. It is formed by the auxiliary verb has or have, depending if you're going to have a plural or singular verb, been, and then the present participle of the main verb, which is again, it is the ing form of the verb. And take note that has is for singular nouns, while have is for plural nouns. For example, she has been studying for 3 hours. She has been studying for 3 hours. Or Lena has been waiting for an hour. Lena has been waiting for 1 hour. Or I have been studying for 3 hours. We have been waiting here for 2 hours. Jan and Joseph have been waiting here for 2 hours. So all you have to think about here is the has and have are for present, and then has to be started in the past, and it's still ongoing and may continue in the future. That means they could still be there sitting and still waiting. Okay? So common mistakes to avoid when using perfect progressive tense include incorrect verb forms. Remember the rules on present, and so you use the studying, the ing form of the main verb, the has for singular, and the have for plural. Incorrect placement of time expression. You have to have a time expression, specific period of time, and using the wrong tense, like I discussed earlier. And take note, it is important to pay attention to the context of the sentence and ensure that the verb tense matches the intended meaning. So let's do a quick check. All you have to do is complete the sentences. He blank waiting for you at the train station before the rain came. He blank waiting for you at the train station before the rain came. Is it had been or has been? It is had been. Very good. Next, I blank having nightmares every night. I blank having nightmares every night. Have been or has been? Have been. Good job. Next is I blank working all week before I got sick. I blank working all week before I got sick. Have been or had been? Awesome. That's had been. I had been working all week before I got sick. She blank going to school regularly. She blank going to school regularly. Have been or has been? Has been. Good job. The dogs blank barking all night. Is it have been or had been? Have been. Awesome. And then if you have more questions, let us know. So these are a quick lesson for today. I hope you learned something. If there's any questions you might have, drop us a message. If you like this video and want to have more, please like subscribe button, and then you might want to share it. If so, I'll be super thankful. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Like and share and subscribe. Thank you so much. My name is Miss B, and welcome to Be Academics.